my drink.
Good evening. Welcome to the Chop Shop 205. I'm Mr. Esquire, joined by my two other illustrious co-hosts.
J Fox.
And of course, I'm Larry the Maestro.
I keep it simple, man. I ain't got all the extra nicknames, man. No, I ain't that special.
That's Fox for you, man.
I ain't special. I'm just
you gotta pay attention, or you might miss it. Like he'll drop a jewel and walk away, and you just like, wait, no, I got questions. Like, but that's what we do.
I can't even remember what I just said.
That's what I love about it, man. And thank you to all the viewers. We appreciate you.
Hi, Mom.
Again, man. Hi, Mom. I like that. Hi, Mom. I'm gearing up for football. I don't know about y'all. I'm getting ready for football.
Are you ready for some football?
Hey, I like our defense though, man. That Atlanta defense look real nice. Kind of scary on the low.
Yeah. Marcus Mariota's our starting quarterback.
That's y'all problem. Y'all have an offensive or running back. Y'all got a wide receiver for a running back, and y'all got a running back for a quarterback.
All right, so these are tips to help make you a better individual. Tip number one: if the jersey you are wearing to the first game of the season is a throwback jersey, your team sucks. Because that means you're still living in the past. If you ain't found nobody current on your roster that you like enough to get a jersey.
I mean, time out, though.
Get out the building.
That jersey could have cost like $300, though.
Get out the building. You ain't found nobody on your roster. You still a fan.
$300 jersey, though.
Bro.
Well, that was like an authentic throwback Michael Vick.
I wouldn't wear it to the game.
I mean, Michael Vick, cool. If it was Algie Crumpler, then I had something to say. If it was Brian Finneran or Warrick Dunn, then Warrick Dunn still. I like Warrick Dunn now. But he gonna retire Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good, man. It's all good. That was pro tip number one. We'll have some more. We're coming at y'all with a little different tonight, though. I want to go ahead and jump in, you know what I mean? Because I like to give y'all that smoke as soon as we get it, as soon as we take it off the grill. Tonight we doing what's called Mixtape. Now we came up with this concept. We meet when we not having shows, because that's just how deep. That's how we want to bring it to y'all. So what we did was we came up with a concept of the mixtape, and the mixtape is we just gonna throw a topic out there and we gonna run with it. All right. So is there a topic tonight? Not really, but there is a topic, and that topic is the mixtape. So tonight's mixtape. First session, first spin. I'm gonna throw it to Fox. Let's see where we go.
Aye. So, this backstory. My whole last couple of weeks been like hell, and I wouldn't say hell is in the sense that it's hot and I can't live in it. Just hell because it's stuff that you really want to deal with. We had, without getting too detailed, we had critter issues. We've had repair issues for the front yard. We've had what else? Just abundance of issues left and right. I got injured, so I had to miss 2 days of work, which if I don't work, I don't get paid. So the question is, while I was sitting there at home nursing the injury, like I play professional football, what's next for me? And it was a good topic for myself because I had to figure out what's the next step moving forward. And when I mean, like I know Larry put in there, moving forward, moving on to the next step from, maybe a bad situation or, moving forward as in, moving forward, next step in your job or whatever. But when I meant moving forward in that aspect as well in the aspect of just what's next. Even if you've done something, like even if you reached your goal, your first goal was to become a lawyer. What's your next step? You know what I'm saying? So like with all the issues that I've had come up in the last 2 weeks, I mean, me and my wife have basically said it both, we were kind of just like, what's the deal? But I've always had the mentality that if I'm going through a storm and it's a bad storm, if I can weather that storm, one, I can do anything. Two, if I can weather this storm, I can weather pretty much any storm. So my question is this: how do you move forward? So let's generalize it first. Let's start in the aspect of you reached your goal, whether that was a promotion or you got the job that you wanted, or you graduated school, what's your next step? How are you gonna move forward in this process, in whatever process that you're in?
Okay, Larry, you want to tag or you want me to jump?
Yeah, I said you have to prepare. Well, you have to plan out something. At least have a thought, some type of goal. Okay, keeping it real basic. Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I mean, to me, that is the hardest part. Is you get there, success when you've reached your goal, you lose a little bit of your hunger because now you're satisfied.
Right.
And the hardest part is to find the next goal. Now, that doesn't mean we don't rest. That doesn't mean we don't take account for our lessons. What I say is, and I'm struggling with it right now. I'm not gonna sit up and tell no lies to y'all. I'm in a very similar. I mean, you brought it up. You said, "Oh no, you want to be a lawyer." Like, yes, okay, pass the bar, yay. How do I make money? The goal was never. As a matter of fact, let me use a past experience because I think that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is your past success is supposed to kind of teach you that, like, okay, look, now I got to reset the cycle. You're resetting. So, you know how they're like I think we said it once. So they're different levels, right? But then eventually you reach another plane, and that plane has levels of its own, right? So what I would say, like I remember in school, we always had a saying, I'm not here to pass the class. I'm here to pass the bar.
Yeah.
So every time we got finals and we got, like most of us would just check our grades to see if we passed the class. I don't care if you got a C. I know A students that didn't pass the bar on the first time. I know C students that passed on the first time. So we understood quickly. Now you set yourself up better by having good grades. That's not a plug for not studying. But what I'll say is this. We knew all throughout school, my goal is to pass the bar. But none of us never spent time on, or at least not in my circles, we didn't spend a lot of time on what do I do when I pass it. And interestingly enough, we all pass kind of at different times. And so what it's caused us to do is some of us have gotten further out there. And we have lessons that they like. I call my boy, like, dude, I need a lesson. And he was like, man, let me tell you, 1, 2, 3. He gave me some steps from my board right there. I know you can't see it, it's all right. But I actually wrote them on my board, like that's what I got to do to get to that next level. So to tag team what Larry said, you got to start working on your next plan. And what I heard you say was like, okay, I was injured. That pause that you took, that 2 days that you took to rest, I'm gonna call it rest, but that's say that 2-day timeout, that's for your mind to say, okay, look, I've been going 100 miles an hour. And if you think about NASCAR, like I watch a lot of NASCAR, they can't run the whole race without coming into the pit.
Oh yeah.
At some point, you got to pull over and check the engine, make sure everything is good. You're not out of the race, but you got to pull over, slow down. You got to literally stop, check everything out, tighten up what needs to be tightened up, and then get back out there. That's part of next steps.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So, I think a couple of minutes. So, like, in just generally speaking, I feel what y'all saying. So like those 2 days that I took. So basically, I just realized, my job is based. Like I told you, if I don't work, I don't get paid. So I gotta eat. You gotta work, and I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So basically, my whole situation is, where do I go from here? And the only thing I can do is, I know for a fact is I got to stay true to myself. But at the same time, even in staying true to myself, I have to understand that I have to step outside of myself as well. I know my screen kind of messed up. I'm trying to figure out a background because I'm tired of looking at the wall.
No, you fine. We see you. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it was fine.
No, it don't work too well because it slowed me down. But it was a real bad delay. But basically, like I said, like I'm just trying to figure out, next step, move forward, and moving forward after the storm. I say it like that.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you Go ahead, Larry.
I was hoping storms always bring something, and they also always take something. Somebody philosophical gave me that advice. So storms always serve a purpose.
Facts.
They said tree roots are only made deeper in storms. So you need to be getting all you can in that storm, and then you move forward. Yeah, that was my quick tip. But back to you for your thought, Lee.
Man, my storm story will forever be, and I'm gonna give you this is a true story.
Okay.
Me and my father, I was probably 16, maybe 17. And in state of Alabama, obviously, that's when you get your driver's license. And it was a road trip. Me and my dad were headed to New York, just he and I. And we had a Cavalier we were driving. If you know anything about Chevy Cavaliers, they ain't the biggest car. Thank you. So all this is important to the story. So me and my dad, Chevy Cavalier, driving to New York, roughly 18 hours, right? We get to North Carolina, and I mean, a bottom falls out of the sky. I'm talking about wind, and it's during the fall, by the way. So hurricane season, all that's legit. I'm talking wind, rain, big trucks on the road, 2-lane highway. We in a Cavalier. And my dad's driving. I'm freaking out. I'm like, Dad, you don't want to pull over? Like, we don't know where we at. This ain't like going to the house, you know what I mean? And he looked at me and he said, son, when it's pouring rain, you slow down, but you don't stop moving. So I just sat quietly like, man, Dad crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. So about 30, maybe an hour later, skies start clearing up, things getting better. We pick up speed, we off and running. And he said, do me a favor, look in the rear view. I looked in the rear view. He said, what do you see? I said, I see a storm. He said, now think about everybody that pulled over. They still in it. You got to keep moving. So when that storm comes, slow down, check your mirrors. I have no issue with safety. That's the time, like you said, to dig in, to get your roots right. But what you cannot afford to do is say it's storming, so I'm just gonna wall up and shell up. No, you got to keep moving. And I agree. To me, those are those times where your cognitive memory should kick in and let you know I've been here before. I just haven't been in this particular subject matter. The process is the same. The only thing that changes is subject matter. You've been there before. So, rely on that, man. That's my opinion.
That's my opinion on it.
All right.
We got an echo somewhere.
It's still echoing. Did it go?
Echo.
It just went echo.
It's only echo on mine.
It's echoing too.
What about now?
I think I'm good now.
Yeah, I don't hear nothing no more.
Okay, we good. Let's go.
Okay.
Cool.
Well,
all right, next.
Did you clean up? Okay. So in those moving forward, the next steps, I hear something before those storms come, you need to be prepared. Preparation is never time wasted. I heard a sermon from T.D. Jakes a lot of years ago. I couldn't even find the sermon. I was trying to go back and watch it again. But my mother says it, but it's from Ben Franklin. By failing to prepare, you always fail to plan. Yeah. I mean, by failing to prepare, you are planning to fail. I don't think I said it right. Yeah. But success is where preparation and opportunity meet. But I think for a lot of people try to avoid preparation like it's something that takes work and effort. So we try to dodge it. Procrastination comes in. I can do it later. It's not that deep. And but we prepare for things that we actually prioritize. So I was kind of leaning in our talks earlier. It's like, why do people get stuck? Why do we not want to prepare for stuff? Or
that's the hard part. That's the work.
So it's an internal thing. Yeah,
that's the work part, man. Like, I mean, just straight up, nobody wants to do the work. Everybody just wants to get their good results at the end. Everybody wants to get the attaboy or the big bag or the accolades and everything. Like kind of go back to that well, no, I don't really relate to that. But nevertheless, still, like, Yeah, I mean that's all it really is. People just don't want to do the work. Like
Yeah.
like my boy say, like Ronnie Coleman say, everybody want to be a bodybuilder, but don't nobody want to lift no motherfucking weights. That's just how it go. Everybody want to be strong, but don't nobody want to lift no weights. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
buddy.
Everybody in the world will tell you, I'm strong, I'm strong, I'm strong. Come hit the gym.
Everybody want to be.
No, that's gym ain't for me. Oh, okay. I hoop. Yeah, you ain't strong then, bro. Like that's just, I mean, you gotta put in the work to get the results. You only get the results when you put in the work. Do some people get past that? Yeah, some people can get past that, but they just either got great genetics or they may know something that we don't know, or they just cheat. But a lot of people, man, you just gotta put in the work, man. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm real big on preparation. They say it's often a neglected part of life. It's not always glamorous.
Yeah.
You don't see the preparation. That's part of it. That just hit me. Thank you. Yeah. You don't see the prep work. You don't see the foundation being built in that building or that bridge.
Nobody see me getting up at 4:00 in the morning to go lift weights. Nobody gonna see you doing that. But what they are gonna see is when you put them 4-5 plates on the each end of that bar and you pick it up, they gonna be like, he got to be on steroids. He got to be on steroids.
Oh yeah, because you can't actually have prepared and done the work.
He either the Illuminati, he on steroids. It's 1 to 2. Is it? There's no way he could have done that.
That's currently the world we're in. Go ahead.
I love it. I mean, like you said, it's really that simple. I look at it. To me, the only thing I can add to what y'all said is it's not just the preparation. You gotta love. I love the prep. I'm at a point where I almost like the preparation more than the actual like event. Now, that doesn't mean I can't enjoy success. But a lot of times it's kind of like if you really, really commit yourself to the discipline, and that's what changed me. Somebody told me is discipline is what remains when motivation ends.
Yep.
I've heard that. That's good. Because motivation does run out. People don't think it can get the
motivation will not get you. Motivation will get you up about a month, about 30 days. You'll get up every day, and then on all of a sudden that 31st day, it's like, well, I'm just gonna take today off, and then today becomes a week.
Yes, sir.
That discipline of it will certainly get you there, and I mean, preparation is everything. Like real talk. I mean, I remember, you just can't get around it. Like, and if you don't like preparation, then you are going to set yourself up for failure. I absolutely agree with that statement. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah. One thing I was bringing, it says being prepared enhances your self-discipline. It just makes you. It's the act of being prepared helps you be an overall better person. You get over the feeling of I don't feel like doing it right now. You put off that procrastination, which you were saying in our chat. Procrastination is a result of the fear of being out of your comfort zone. So it pushes you through that, and then you dump the excuses, and we become mindful of what we are doing for us and for others. It just pushes you down the road a bit.
Man, Kobe Bryant, it changed my whole perspective on preparation.
Oh, come on, man, that's good.
He was doing an interview, and Kobe said, they asked him, they said, how do you like, what's going through your mind? Or how do you feel when you taking that last shot? Because I don't think it's debatable. This is my opinion. To me, Kobe Bryant is the best clutch shooter ever. I don't think anybody had more confidence when it came to like, hey, give me the ball. Rock.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
That mama mentality, give me the ball, I got it. Wow.
Statistically, no, but I agree with that mentality though.
The mentality.
Definitely agree with that.
Mindset. Okay.
The reason he said he had that mindset was he said, what y'all don't understand is I took that shot 1,000 times. Because at practice, whether he was in the gym with somebody or without somebody, he's like, I always felt like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, I got 3. And so he's like, mentally, I had taken that shot 1,000 times. So when he got to the game, it was like, it's just another one.
That's good.
Side note real quick. Did you watch his rookie year?
I did not.
You don't remember? Okay, so you don't remember. I want to say it's his rookie year. I may be wrong. maybe in his second year. But this motherfucker came off the bench with Eddie Jones, Shaquille O'Neal, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel. I can't remember who was at the 4. Last few seconds of the game, I can't even remember what game. They passed Kobe the ball. Kobe would not pass the ball. He took every single shot. Now, back then, when people were watching it, people were like, he's selfish. Oh, he trash. He a bum. He a bust. He this, he that. I'm not going to say I understood him, but when you in that moment, when you have the ball in your hand and the clock is ticking, you have to be the most confident person on the court. Because if you miss it, it is the worst feeling in the world. Yeah. So you are correct. When it comes to Jordan was not as confident as Kobe was when he took that shot.
But his confidence came from preparation.
Exactly.
It's not even about his confidence. Like Jordan was confident, but Jordan's confidence came from a different place.
Yeah. He came from wanting to be the best. Kobe, when Kobe took that last second shot, it was never a situation of I'm taking this last second shot because I don't think anybody else will make the shot, or I'm taking the last second shot because I want to be the man. I'm taking this shot because I took this shot 50 million times already yesterday.
Literally, yeah, fresh.
Literally, I saw this happen yesterday in my head. So
and that's what he said. Like it's about a 30-minute interview, and I'm gonna see if I can find the link and send it to you guys. It's an interview with Kobe. He talks about like I'm gonna tell y'all something else he did that just changed me. He said
Kobe was different, bro.
Kobe would spend 30 minutes a day extra, right, working out.
Before
because he added up, he was like, okay, if I do 30 minutes. At the end of a year, I'll have so many hours. At the end of 2 years, I'll have so many days. And at the end of 5 years, I'll be a full year ahead of somebody else my age.
Oh, yeah.
He had done the math to say, okay, all I got to do is do an extra 30 minutes and I'll be ahead of somebody else in 2 years who's doing this, who's my age. Blew my mind. So you to me, when you talk about preparation, never time wasted, to me, Kobe Bryant, ultimate. And there are a lot of great examples, but that's my own personal.
You want the ultimate Kobe example? Go watch Caron Butler talk about Kobe. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Listen to Caron Butler talk about Kobe. I can talk about Kobe all day. I'm a LeBron fan, but I watched Kobe from high school. Let's keep going.
Yeah. I'm a Jordan fan. The thing with Jordan was simple.
That was a different guy.
Jordan would look at the other bench and he would be like, "Ain't nobody better than me. Watch."
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. That's where his confidence came from. Jordan just looked you in the eye and was like, "I'm better than you. Watch this happen. You can't stop me."
Right.
It's one thing, man. I had me talk about Kobe all night, man. That's my boy. I fuck Kobe.
Well, I'll button it up before we go to our next. Just take a moment. Our viewers out there, take a moment to consider how you go about your daily life. We're talking about preparation. Are you missing out on wonderful opportunities because you don't prepare yourself sufficiently? Excuse me. Do you always repeat the same mistakes because you resist preparation? You want to be efficient. You don't want to waste time. You want to be better.
Good. I like that.
Yeah, and like I said, if you want to know about Kobe for real, go listen to Caron Butler talk about Kobe. It goes in with the preparation, never time wasted. He wastes no time. Oh my God, that boy was different. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
We good. We ready to.
I came up with one too, so we still on the mixtape. So I'm gonna throw mine out there.
Here we go.
Remix. So for me, it was, missing the boat versus waiting on your turn.
I said, oh man.
And I think it actually buttons up. I think it fits in very well with all of the topics that we've been on. So just to show y'all, that's how we vibe as a team. I mean, we running this 3-man weave. Y'all don't even see it, but that's how we doing it, right?
Thanks.
I mean, missing the boat. I'm gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna go cut straight to the point. Have you ever been in a situation in your life where you had an opportunity, but you didn't take it? And you're watching this opportunity, and part of you is saying, dude, that's my boat. Like we always talk about catching your boat, right? Catching your ride. and you're looking at this opportunity, you're saying, man, I'm not going to jump on. But you have this natural fear that, like, wait a minute, what if that's my boat? Like, what if that's the ticket? You know what I mean? I know some of y'all sitting at home right now wondering why you didn't get on Bitcoin when your boy first told you about it 10 years ago.
Oh, long.
Did you miss the boat? Yes, you did.
Missed that one.
But let me say this to you. Ask yourself this question. Were you really in position to get on that boat? So maybe you wasn't in position to get on that boat, right? Maybe you had to wait your turn. But here's the hard part about waiting on your turn. The Bitcoin boat is already gone. So now you got to wait on the next boat to come in. How patient are you? Can you wait on the next boat? Will you recognize the next opportunity?
That's the question.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. How you gonna know?
You recognize it. You right. Shit.
Yeah, and that's a very real space. You know that I think we don't spend enough time talking about. Like, I'm not gonna say I never missed a boat.
No,
I bet you if I went back here to my board and just started writing, I would fill up that whole board with boats that I missed. But I also could take that same board and look at times where I said, you know what, I wasn't ready, and I'm waiting on, and now I will say that as I get older, I recognize opportunities a lot faster. And I'm also more confident in myself enough to say, you know what, these are the opportunities that I'm looking for. And I'm prepping for this opportunity. It's like that hunter in the woods and you got that bow and you looking at that, you're like, nah, I don't want that deer. I know when my deer come along, because when he come along, boom, I'm getting him.
You know what you're looking for. Yeah.
You know what you're looking for. So you don't miss the boat. So I'm just putting out there to the group, man. Let me hear from you.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, missing the boat, you'll miss the boat on fad shit a lot. Bitcoin is a fad. Like, there's not going to be all of a sudden overturn of the world's currency to Bitcoin and everybody's going to have to no.
You don't think so?
No. Because the thing about it is the government still wants control, but we ain't going to get on all that.
Yeah.
I just feel like
it's gonna happen,
Bitcoin, it was a good money maker. It still is. If you know how to use it, use it. If you don't, stay away from it. But like you only gonna miss the boat on shit that you can really focus on and concentrate, and that you can actually can understand. So like in my whole life, I always thought I was missing the boat on something. Then when I changed careers completely and switched over to a completely different arena, I realized I was actually waiting my turn. Because everything that I learned, those other jobs and those other positions and those other scenarios, I can actually put it to work in this one. So, like, yeah, you're gonna miss the boat sometimes. That's just how it is. But the fact that the thing that people say is, oh, if you miss your one opportunity, you missed your bag. That's not necessarily true. You can create it, you can make it happen. Because people do it all the time. You just have to know how. You just have to, you have to have the confidence to just go for it. But I mean, like,
you have to know what it looks like. We as humans, I'm gonna go on all it. We often go past some things based on the packaging. Like even how we choose people and how we do life. You base stuff off of your skin. The world.
True.
You'll miss out on some good jewels. The Bible says, treasures in earthen vessels. That's the way of saying it, inside of people. We miss out on some stuff just off some packaging. And you be like, and then you go see it be what it is in another world. And you be like, man,
I messed up.
Right, I messed up. I messed up. So that's another example of a tangible way of missing that boat. But versus waiting your turn. Waiting your turn for me, you have to know who you are, being your purpose. That's me thinking. You have to know you in the lane. So you're already doing preparatory things. You're moving forward. You're measuring, like I'm progressing. I don't think you can just wake up and say, I'm just waiting my turn, because you could be lying to yourself. You could be really missing the boat.
Well, okay, so this is what I pulled out of what you guys just gave me, and then if you look in the chat, I put a little something in there, but
yeah.
Check this out. I think both of them have pros and cons. I think anything has pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
So missing the boat, you know, one pro for missing the boat is like, okay, look, maybe you weren't ready. Seriously, like maybe you weren't ready. So you missed the boat, but that's because you weren't competent, you weren't ready, you weren't prepared to be on that boat. Now, the con for that, or the negative of that, is that you ain't preparing, so you're gonna always miss the boat. So you still got to like kind of get your prep work in. You can't just say, "Oh well, you know, you can't just be the kind of person. Well, you can't jump on everything." Well, dude, you never jump. Like you can't have a fear of jumping.
Yeah.
I done met people like that where they tell you, man, nah, you know, I know I missed it, but I'm saying no, you know.
But you always
they always got a story for the next time.
Ah, that's good.
But they ain't got no experience. They ain't never done nothing, but they always want to tell you about next time. And you like, well, tell me one time where you jumped. Like
right.
Now on the waiting your turn side of the game, you know, that's absolutely, I mean, the easiest pro on that side is you take your time, you pay your dues, you be prepped. You know, that's the easy connect, right?
Right.
The caution for waiting your turn is actually almost the same as missing the boat. You never actually like take a turn. You always waiting. You're always sitting back. Yeah, okay. You're like, man, I'm too big. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something one of my uncles said to me when I told him I was going back to school. Okay. And it was so funny because he was like, you ain't one of them career students, is you?
I knew a couple. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah. I was like, dude, I'm trying to get, I was like, it's law school. He was like, oh, okay. He's like, because I know people got 10 degrees, but they never had a job. And it's like, okay. And every time you ask them, like, where you gonna work at? Man, I'm in school.
I'm a doctor. Bro.
5 years. 5 undergraduate degrees.
Yeah. So
5 undergraduate. Yeah.
You know, and they'll say something like, man, I'm just waiting my turn. No, you're not waiting on your turn. You're procrastinating. And so, you know, I look at all this and I know, like I said, when I look at everything that, you know, we talk about, you know, again, mixtape, right? I'm looking at this saying, all right, how do you move forward so that you don't miss your boat, but that you can also be confident in waiting on your turn? I just drew a blank for a minute, but
and being prepared.
Being prepared. Thank you. Being prepared is a part. I said it. So yeah, being prepared. If y'all really listen, all of these conversations fit right next to each other. You should be able to take something from all three of these pieces and put it together. Like these are foundational pieces in a lot of ways. Like I'm challenging anybody listening to us. These are foundational pieces. You looking at three brothers. I'm pointing. I don't know which way it's supposed to go, but oh, there we go. One down, one over, or something like that. But at the end of the day, don't be afraid of where you are in life, but take that time to reflect, have a plan. Like this board, I have so much fun back here. Like sometimes I close the door to my office, man, I stand in front of my board. I literally erase everything and just start writing. You know, I need to do that again, actually, because I got some crap up that I don't even need anymore. But that being said, you know, take that time. That's part of that preparation. Am I waiting on my turn? Yes. But guess what? I'm going to throw this out there too, just for the boat people. Sometimes it's more than one boat.
Always more than one boat.
Different size boats.
That's a whole different topic.
Always more than one boat.
There you go.
Boats have they have different destinations. Yeah.
Yeah, different destinations.
Now you feel.
Oh yeah.
If you sitting around waiting on one boat, I'm gonna go ahead and just say you still didn't catch what I was saying.
Always more than one boat.
Yeah. So you
know. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I tell you what, I did the most talking, so I'll go first and leave it to y'all, man. My final thoughts are I love the mixtape, man. You know, who knows? We might even take some of this stuff and expand it into larger topics, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, drop a comment, definitely hit a like. We appreciate y'all.
Tell somebody about it. Share it. Don't keep it to yourself. That's what I like to do, people.
Final thoughts.
I'll say success is where preparation and opportunity meet. Opportunity could be knocking on your door if you're not prepared for it. You still gonna be sad when they keep on moving. You You're gonna have to deal with it.
Man,
Get prepared. Learn to love preparation. There you go. I'm done. There you go.
There you go.
My final thoughts.
Thoughts?
Like real, like I mean, life is a journey, man. Enjoy it. That's all I can really say. Like I spent a lot of my life being upset because stuff didn't go my way. So, shit, just enjoy it, man. Enjoy the ups, enjoy the downs. As long as you live in the next day to breathe, as long as you breathe the next day, that means you got another day to live and you got another day to enjoy it.
Another
Storm's gonna come. Storm's gonna come. You can't stop a storm.
But they said you in a storm, you finna go through one, or you're just coming out of. I hear that.
You slow down, but you don't stop.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
slow
buddy.
Down, but you don't stop. I like that.
Slow down, but don't stop.
But you don't stop.
All right,
I like that.
Yeah, we got it.
All right.
We out
That's
here.
all. That's it, man. 205 Chop Shop.
There, guy.
We out. We'll see y'all next week.